Yes, the collaboration between the Arizona Craft Breweries Guild and, I guess at least 12 brewers, right?
Yeah,
one per month.
Yeah, one at least.
It's a calendar that's kind of risque.
I say this. I just opened up January in Dark Sky.
Yeah, Ryan is Ryan in there?
He is.
Ryan's a fit guy.
There's a lot of man side on this underbutt cheek.
Underbutt? Is that a
some Helton getting poured on? Yes.
Yeah, Brian Helton's pretty ripped guy too. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Hoppy Craftsmen podcast. I'm not Chris.
And I am Chris.
And I am... Wait, who am I?
You're a Patreon supporter.
I'm a Patreon supporter.
So with us this week is Zach. I'm not going to say your last name, Zach, because I'm...
Dominguez.
Dominguez.
You roll the Z's.
I see, I can't roll a Z.
Yeah, well, you're white, so that's how that goes.
Does that sound right? All right.
Yeah.
So this week, it's kind of after the new year. Like still Ed
Little
earlier
bit.
here, I was been out of the game a little. I mean, I was in the East Coast for a bit, and I went traveling around North Carolina and Maryland and had some beer there, which was fun. I actually found the last day I was in North Carolina that I found an amazing fucking can shop that was like basically a mile from my in-laws' house, and
And he said they had a wall of IPAs.
Oh, it was amazing. I go in there, it was like they had like 35 beers on draft. They had a wall of IPAs. They had a bunch of fucking cans. I was super excited, and I was just like, we're basically leaving North Carolina in like a half hour. And I'm in this, I'm like, just start grabbing cans and stuffing them into a fucking mixed 6-pack, and took them to Maryland with me and drank them there for the New Year's.
So where was the best place you went in the East Coast?
As far as breweries, we went to the one brewery.
Because you weren't in mainland East Coast, right? You were in the sticks of...
Right, yeah. So both of them were pretty far from kind of major type thing. I mean, I guess Maryland in general is not necessarily... Nothing's really the sticks. It kind of is, I guess. But, we were like 20 minutes away from like Frederick.
Yeah, but if you're not in D.C. or Baltimore, like, can anybody name another Maryland city?
People from Maryland can.
Yeah, well, we're not from Maryland.
Marylandville?
Yeah.
Right? So,
Maryland City.
Well, it was funny because we passed a brewery on the way to our in-laws' house there, and it was called Vanish Brewing, and like my wife pointed it out, and I was like, oh, that'd be awesome, we should go there. And then we get to her family's house, and her brothers were like, hey, have you seen Vanishing? You want to go to Vanishing? I was just like, I would love to. And then we never went to Vanishing.
So, and I think this is a problem that everybody faces. What's your level of craft beer versus your family's level of craft beer?
It's funny. So my brother-in-laws, they came out and visited, and I think after like being here for a few days with me, we got the idea of what I think craft beer is. So when I got there, they had a pretty good selection of beer. They actually bought me a mixed 6-pack as well from Maryland Cup of Beers. Had a lot of Flying Dog. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but we used to be able to get them here forever ago, and then I think they stopped distributing here. But I mean, where I was staying was like it's right there, and so they definitely got me some of that, and they got me some other brands or beers that I've never heard of. So that's kind of cool to have that. Definitely know the big name shit on there.
No Burial, no.
No, well, it's funny. So in North Carolina, like I didn't really. They had some of the Burial that was like a hoppy lager and then a golden ale or whatever at that shop, and I was like, I'm good. And I want some of the other beers. So.
But speaking of beer, wait for it.
Shit. No, fail. Oh God.
Is that an IPA?
That's the sound I hate. Everybody's intro or point in a podcast where they pour a beer. Guess what, everybody? That wasn't a fucking beer. That was a Coca-Cola.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't sound the same. So, but we are drinking beer. Chris, what are you drinking?
I am drinking an E112 from Wren House, which this is Ed's beer. So I'm drinking Ed's beer.
Yeah, it's my beer.
How old is this beer, Ed?
It's a few weeks old, maybe more.
Yeah.
but it's better than what we started out today.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. God, I wish we'd have fucking kept the bottle in here.
I still have the bottle. I can run and get them while
somewhere.
you guys.
It was Wilderness's beer that was their like exploring the universe or fucking extrapolate. I don't even know at this point.
Yeah, it was. I can go get the bottle later, but it was not very good.
Yeah, it was. It's weird. Okay, I don't know the name of it now, but the fucking it had willow bark in it and willow. It was fucking who was the collab with? Do you remember? It was
No.
like Joe fucking beer or some shit like that.
Wait,
But
Joe-
back to the beer. I'm also drinking the E112, and Zach, you were drinking the Omnioctopus,
Yep.
which is
Also
the
from Wren House.
yes, the cake washer from Wren House. So we blew our New Year's resolution of not making the episodes all about Wren House,
Yeah,
but
well.
maybe that's the only time we'll mention them.
Too late.
All right.
Can't really say
Hold on,
much.
Rowley. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah, Raleigh Farmhouse. So you guys discuss amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get the bottle we were talking
All
about.
right, so that was called. It's called Earthing the Vortex.
Oh, you found it.
I found it. So it's inspired by a trip to Sedona with Jack the Booze Traveler.
No
but
idea who
it's
that
got
is.
Black walnuts, walnut bark, dried juniper berries that they found in the fucking woods, and it fucking just tasted like dirt a little bit.
Yeah, it had
was
a very.
weird.
It was earthy, but it was more. There's a difference between earth and dirt, and there was a lot of dirt in
A lot of
that
dirt.
one.
A lot of dirt.
Not a lot of carbonation, zero body. Chris made the statement of he's trying to cut back on his beer consumption, so he's not going to waste his time on. I wouldn't even say average beer, below average beer.
Well, it's funny because like I mean that's the thing is, you know, unlike Ed who has some animosity towards Wilderness, I like their beers for the most part, and yeah, that one was just one of the ones where I was it's funny. I mean, and we touched Chase about it forever ago. You know that Battle Axe is one of those ones that people fucking either loved or fucking hated, and I mean, I wonder if this beer is kind of the similar fashion, like if it's the same kind of thing. It's got a 3.84 on Untapped.
That's a decent rating.
I have one friend that checked it in,
That's probably me.
Edward Gomez.
What did I rate?
A 3.75.
That's low on my end. What did I say anything about it?
No, you just you earned a badge though. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
it. Yeah.
I love the badges.
Most people never get congratulations for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
some of
maybe it just didn't hold up because it's an older bottle at this point. But
Well, you know, and on Untapped they actually have it stylized as a shotty, so it's that old world style,
Yeah.
and where they use fucking.
I get that. Like it's very English style. Like I can get the old worldly in it. It's just in today's beer market, I don't want that empty body anymore.
Well, it's
Like even lagers aren't low body.
Yeah,
They're-
it's just weird. It was just very, like I said, the earthy tones just threw me off. It just was odd.
yeah.
So,
But
Not-
we
not
have
a
an
big fan.
independent party who loves wilderness. Zach, what did you think of the Battle Axe?
I actually didn't try it.
You were there that night when I had it, didn't you?
No.
Weren't you?
I don't
Oh,
think
you
so.
didn't try it.
No, I didn't try it.
It was terrible. That
It
Battle
sounds,
Axe.
it sounds like it was organic.
It tasted like an ashtray. Like, I don't know what. And some people loved it. Like, maybe, I don't know, just hit a different part of the tongue. But yeah, that Battle Axe was weird.
What was the one that we did have that one time? The super smoky one.
That was the Battle Axe.
Oh, was
thought
that the
was
one?
one
That was
we
Battle
had.
Axe,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was way too smoky. It was like if someone said, "Hey, drink this campfire."
right. Yeah, it was one of those ones.
Yeah, here,
where,
stir this campfire with this burnt wood.
Yeah, we made some tea out of campfire ashes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it always reminded. So my mom forever ago tried to make homemade fucking beef jerky, and she fucking added like a whole bottle of liquid smoke into the
Oh,
fucking meat,
jeez.
and it was fucking awful. It was so hard to fucking eat that, and that's what that beer reminded me of. It was just like, this is just too much. I mean, and again, like Chase said, there was people that were all about that beer and people that didn't fucking like that at all, and I was definitely in the camp that people like it all. So
Yeah, whenever you have that smoky flavor, it's very hard to nail that. I had some scotch this weekend. It was like you could smell the smokiness,
Okay.
but you couldn't taste it at all.
oh, all right. So that's actually not bad. I mean, I like smoky beers. Like I like the friggin' the Beerdior Rausch. I think from Mickler. Gotta say it right.
Mickler.
I was corrected when I was over there.
It's
in
not
San Diego.
McKellar.
It's not McKellar. It's Mickler.
Mickler.
Mickler. And then
What is that, Dutch?
yeah, Denmark. Yeah. The Dutch. The Dutch.
Those Dutch. Those crazy
and then,
Dutch.
what's the other? Alaskan. Alaska makes a smoked porter. That's really good too. And Stone's is up there as well, but I think Alaska's probably better. Alaskan brewing. Smoked porter is way better. But yeah, like when the smoke starts overpowering the beer, that's kind of when that's a little too much for me. I don't want to just taste smoke. I actually want to taste the fucking beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was this one.
So, so for New Year's, what did you guys drink actually on New Year's? Like, what was your New Year's beer that you fucking drank in? Like,
Trying to think if I did drink a beer. I know there's a lot of champagne.
yeah, champagne. A lot of shit going on, right?
Yeah.
I was forced to drink some champagne on New Year's too. Don't worry.
First of all, did you make it to New Year's?
We did. You know, it's funny. So normally, we're not like fucking up late at night now. Fucking parents or whatever, kind of thing.
You're not in Times Square.
No, man, it's awful. And so this New Year's though, we're actually playing some board games and hanging out and drinking some beers, and then we played Telestrations after fucking like midnight or whatever, after the ball dropped. We went inside, watched the fucking ball drop, came back outside, played Telestrations, which is fucking hilarious if you guys haven't played it before. And just fucking kept going until about 3 a.m. Pretty strong. So luckily we had family there to keep an eye on our kids so that we wouldn't worry about him at all. So that was
Running in
nice.
the street.
Yeah.
I drank. I don't think I drank it on anywhere towards midnight, but on New Year's Eve, I think I had the Devil's Claw from Wren House.
Okay.
So, but I think it was mostly champagne
It's all champagne.
towards the transition.
Ugh, it's gonna be a fucking horrible hangover.
Yeah, big headache. I had a headache before I went to bed.
Listen, dude, there's one thing from doing this for so long that I know that when you start drinking things that are more pure, it really gives you less of a hangover. When things that they're not pure. I mean, I could drink probably like 9 or 10 IPAs and not have a hangover. But if I drink like, I don't know, like a clear spirit, like a vodka, fucking hangover. I mean, champagne, hangover.
So if you drank like pure ethanol, you'd just be fine, right?
Yeah, it'd be totally fine. Makes sense.
Just start chugging gasoline.
It's not a problem.
Makes perfect sense.
It's science.
Zach, what did you drink
The
on New
burning's
Year's?
good for you.
Yeah, right?
I think I had. What did I have? I had Pie Hole Porter. from
Oh, historic.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That's a decent choice. I transitioned to New Year for
Pie
that.
Yeah, that was actually my fill from CP for that month.
Oh, casual pint for all you
For
all you
non-Arizonians.
Yeah, for all you non what's that
even-
word? Non indoctrinated people.
So
Yeah, even though I was up at historic like just that same week,
So you went to historic and then you came to casual pint in Chandler to
I had
get
a
the
free
cans.
fill. I had a free fill, so I was like, might as well. I was just there.
very
Yeah.
cool. So like I normally, since I'm here and I try to do things, do you guys actually seek out like you're like, this is gonna be my fucking New Year's beer? Like, this year didn't seem like it was like that, but do you like normally? Is there like a routine? You're like, I'm gonna fucking have this beer for New Year's, or I'm gonna fucking do a certain thing every? Is there a tradition you guys do for New Year's at all?
New Year's isn't our big holiday. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we have dogs, and fireworks and dogs don't mix. And Zach's the same
Yeah,
way.
same
So it's
way.
kind of like you hedge your bet. Like, I can do this, I can do that. I'm probably not going to leave, and if I do, I'm going to be home early. But I'm not. I mean, I have some stuff I'm aging, but nothing really jumped out at me like, oh, I should drink this on New Year's, because most of the times it turns into a shit show.
Right, unless so usually with other people and like breaking out some bottles. Like I broke a bottle out last year of the Black Tuesday, right, from the brewery. Had a bottle of that, and I took it to our friend's house, and the guy there, he's not a huge drinker, but he likes darker beers. That's why I brought it, and and it was New Year's. I was like, oh, cool, and I poured it for him, and he's like, this is really good. And then I told him how strong it was, and he was like, I can't drink any more of this. And so, like, I feel like I wasted. I literally had to drink a goddamn bottle by myself on New Year's.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing about New Year's. It's more social, so your company is more varied. So
Right.
you're not going to really bust out your good stuff. Whereas maybe like Christmas or Thanksgiving is more family,
Yeah.
so you might be more in tune to what they would like and what they wouldn't like. So then you break out better stuff. But
Right.
I mean, you're all going to end up drinking champagne anyway and have a nasty headache. So you might as well just get the second shelf beers out for that.
Yeah, I want to do the champagne.
Yeah, I'll drink a glass at New Year's when the ball drops, and then I'm done. That's it. It's fucking awful.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
like I said, I had a headache before I went to bed.
That's awful.
But on the transition, how long did your sober January last?
I'm not doing sober. I'm not sober in January up. I'm just fucking just.
Well, that's the trend. Like, kind of reset. A lot of
yeah,
people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna not have alcohol, or I'm gonna reduce my alcohol." Or
I mean, reduce. Well, not necessarily reduce. Just go to the weekend only. Not necessarily fucking drink 3-4 beers a fucking night every fucking night for the whole, every week. It's a little tough sometimes. So, yeah, no, I'm cutting back to just weekends and then we do the podcast. So it's not necessarily like I'm not being sober fucking in the weekend, the month of January, which sounds ridiculous, but you know, that's how it works.
Zach, you're kind of a healthy guy, and you're friends and married to healthy people. Like, is that a? And I know you guys have done like Whole30 stuff and not drank, and you look miserable at the end of those.
I call that the dark times.
Yeah, like what do you think the benefit is of not drinking for 30 days, 31 days? Has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31.
Only benefit, maybe your clothes fit better. That's about it. When I did the Whole30, I miss beer so much.
Whole30 is tough.
That was like the first thing I did when I could drink again. It was just I ran to Wilderness or Wren House, one of the two, and just started drinking.
But cheers to people who do give up beer to start the new year, kind of reset and.
And I found an article that says 9 winter IPAs to try this season.
Is it winter here though? I'm
I mean,
confused.
sort of is.
It rained.
Wait, do
a
we
couple
have
times.
winter?
We sort of do.
It got cold.
We have
Hey,
summer
we had
and
freezing
fall.
temperatures for like a week straight, I think.
I mean, I'll say this, is that one thing that was nice is that for some odd reason it was uncommonly warm on the East Coast when we were there, so that was nice.
Really? You didn't
and it was
hit-
freezing here, so we kind of missed that and then came back to, a little bit of okay weather. Can't complain. It's nice now.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you have an article up here.
Let me look at this. Yeah, so 9 winter IPAs to try this season. So the first one is Celebration IPA from Sierra Nevada.
Is there a list Sierra Nevada's not on?
I don't think so. They're kind of like it's funny, like when we talk to like all the brewers and we ask them what their first craft beer was, that
The
Sierra
pale
Nevada
ale.
always comes up on there. It's crazy how many people are like, that's the one. And I can't really, like if I think about like craft, like real craft beer, like was my first one, that's probably the one.
The pale ale.
Yeah, because I mean, I drank like a lot of gateway other beers to get into that, but I don't think they weren't all craft really.
Yeah.
So he was like, Sierra Nevada. I crushed them. It was great. Accumulation IPA from New Belgium. Had that. It's all right. Not my jam, really.
Yeah.
Though. What do you guys think? Zach, you've had that one before?
No, I have not.
It's a white IPA. Figure that out. Dark Wing IPA. I just think of Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, that's
So
all I
I'm
saw.
kind of want to try it now.
I'm the terror in the
Drake's-
night.
Drake's Brewing, San Laredo.
San Leandro, it looks like.
I'm the worst at fucking pronouncing things.
Yeah.
Should let me do this.
Yeah.
Haven't had it, don't know where. Yeah.
Nope, never
Nope.
seen that one.
Cool, let's keep going. Spruce IPA from Alaskan Brewing.
No.
Nope.
No, haven't had that either. Blizzard of Hops Winter IPA Trogs. Well, we can't get Trogs here at all.
No,
So
that.
new.
Do we get anything from Pennsylvania here?
I don't.
Tourist.
Yeah.
We got tourists from Pennsylvania.
Spruce Tip IPA.
From
Just the tip.
Upslope.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just a tip.
Just the tip.
Nope.
Should hit up our.
Are these? Is this like a new list?
We should hit up our good friend Tim.
Yeah, we should have had Tim here. He's a rep for Upslope now.
Wait, the last list was from a moving company. What's this one from?
No, this is a legitimate.
This is craftbeer.com. I think they should probably be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double red IPA from Ale Smith.
Nope.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah. Like Ale Smith. Winter IPA, Peak Organic Brewing Company, Portland, Maine. Isn't everything organic in Portland?
Yeah, it has to be.
They grow those cans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different Portland, but they're still kind of the same, right?
Yes.
High Camp Winter IPA from Bale Breaker Brewing Company.
Yakima, Washington.
Oh, wow. I mean, if you're in Yakima,
Yeah, that's the other side of the
you should
state, I
have
think.
some hops.
What is the art? What about the author? Let's see what this guy has to say.
Nope.
I like beer. Yum.
Blah, 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 blah,
Well,
blah.
yeah. Blah, blah, blah. It's really good for podcasts.
He worked for Upslope, so that makes sense why that's on the.
What the fuck? This is jaded.
Yeah.
It should have been Wait, it wasn't even ranked. So I think it should be okay. I think we're okay.
So these were very actual winter places that these beers were listed.
Yeah, people forget that Arizona doesn't really have a winter.
Yeah.
I mean, we do, but
We can drink an IPA whenever we want. Do you really want an IPA in Fort Collins in January?
I mean,
Or Portland, Maine in January?
I'm not just chugging fucking porters all winter.
Yeah.
Gotta have something, mix it up.
But here's the thing. Like, when you're drinking coffee to stay warm, do you really want to kind of backtrack to an IPA later in the day? Or do you want, like, a big, heavy stout or a porter?
How much later?
I don't know, 2 hours. Start drinking coffee at 7, beer at 9, right?
Yeah.
That makes
good.
sense.
Yeah, makes total sense.
That tracks.
So this is an article on Beer Advocate about Mississippi Rising, long limited by restrictive laws. Magnolia State breweries finally see promise. What?
So Mississippi's joining the 21st century.
Yeah, so
Just for beer.
for a small stint of time, I was living in Mississippi, and
Did you lose a bet? Like,
oh god, yeah. Well,
Sorry.
oddly enough, there is a giant military base there, and my brother was stationed there, so I was living with him. And yeah, it was awful for beer. It was not a very good craft beer state. They had a bunch of bad laws there, just very restrictive, which is kind of ridiculous. They had it was hilarious still because you could go to a store and buy handles of fucking vodka and whiskey and fucking everything else, but you couldn't buy a bomber of beer. You couldn't buy anything that was 7-8%. Like, it was like this just stupid, like, crazy laws that were antiquated in, basically the 21st century, which is awesome. So the state's 16 currently operating craft breweries only produce 30,000 barrels. Yeah, that's crazy. And except the biggest one that I know from there is actually Lazy Magnolia Brewing, which they actually talk about here. They actually make it's called the Jefferson Stout, what they called it, which was a sweet potato stout.
sweet potato
It was
stout.
sweet potato and lactose.
Yuck.
It was fucking delicious.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I drank that, and then they had a smoked pecan.
Pecan?
From the South.
Pecan.
Smoked
Yeah,
pecan.
if you're from the South, it's pecan.
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 Yeah.
So they have smoked pecan porter. That was fucking really good too. But yeah, it's actually interesting to see what they can do when they actually kind of expand out and actually do have some stronger beers maybe here. So awesome.
That's funny because Utah's going in the opposite direction. Did you see their recent news?
No.
Utah is changing the blood alcohol level from 0.08 to 0.05.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just driving, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know because here in Arizona,
Limit.
you can get pulled over on a bike and get a DUI because it's any kind of vehicle falls under that classification.
Right.
I don't know if Utah has like a DUI or DWI, or I think there's a different class. We used to have all of them here, but we just changed it all to DUI.
Well, as far as I know, they also changed it to the officer's discretion as well. So the idea is that even if you blow whatever the legal limit is, like above it, you're fine. If the officer believes that you are inebriated or too gone past the point of what his reasonable judgment is, you get a DUI. So
Yeah.
even if you're legally above the limit, you're still get a DUI here. So
which is funny because our speed limits are subjective.
that's very true.
It's
Yeah.
100 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
On the freeway.
No, on the laws, I believe it's still that way, that Arizona is the speed limits are actually just like the recommended. So you can actually make an argument of why you were speeding
Ooh.
based on conditions and
So you could say the flow of traffic.
Yeah, you can say I was matching the flow of traffic, or there was nobody on the road. Like I was.
Yeah, why would you?
I think it's called reasonable and prudent. Like you can argue that my speed was reasonable and prudent for the situation. I've known a couple of UPS drivers that have used that.
Got that out of
And if anybody knows roadway laws, it's UPS drivers.
So Beer Advocate also has a year in beer here. It's kind of cool. So they're kind of basically summarizing what's been happening here. So 17,500 breweries
Opened in Arizona.
just in Arizona. Yep. Yeah. 2018 says it was a banner year for brewery openings. There are now over 7,000 beer companies in the United States. That's 1,000 from a year ago. That's pretty crazy. This is including a large number of international businesses. Our own database currently shows that there's 17,500 active breweries. I'm guessing that's in the world. So that's kind of cool that the U.S. actually increased at 1,000. So still pretty strong in that aspect.
How many new ones have we had in Arizona?
So we talked about this in the last couple of episodes. We saw like 3 or 4 that actually opened up.
Yeah, and we were a little sketchy on the other 3 or 4.
The other 3 we didn't know. But still, it's still pretty good for the amount of, we're not San Diego. We don't really have like 5 opening a week and then 10 closing or something like that. So
yeah, and I didn't remember seeing anything outside of the Phoenix area.
Right,
there wasn't anything in Flagstaff or Tucson or yeah, and everybody was talking about last year, like the market kind of slowed down. So there probably wasn't a lot of openings in general for the respective areas, like obviously. But there was more news in San Diego about breweries that were closing than opening. Like Toolbox closed.
yeah.
What was the other one? It starts with a C. Council Brewing closed.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
I
They
didn't
shut
see that.
down.
Oh, shit. Well, what are you gonna do? We can't get them here. It's funny.
No, the Tortoise had them.
Do they have council?
Yeah, they had a
few of
couple
them?
of councils.
So they're starting to get a few in. So it's funny. Like I saw some in North Carolina, which made me laugh, and I was like, "Nah, I can get that fucking wherever I want. Don't worry about it." Now I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should have grabbed some of that." It probably wouldn't fucking shelf turds though. So who knows?
Yeah, it makes you wonder when you all of a sudden see a beer pop up in your market that's not traditionally there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the positive side, they're expanding, but then the negative side is, are they just trying to make ends meet? So they're trying to contact distributors to get their beer wherever they think it will sell.
Yeah. I mean, I always wonder. You guys have this the Resilience IPA yet?
I had Wren House's version.
Okay.
No,
Nothing
so
for you, Zach?
I haven't had it yet. Not yet.
It's weird because it's everybody's doing a little different. My dog's barking. He's annoying.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
They do that.
Everybody's doing like a little variation on it. Everybody got the same recipe, but obviously depending on your capabilities in brewing, some people change the profile a little bit. It was interesting because it was a little darker than what you would expect, but it wasn't malty, so it was still like a clean, crisp beer, but it was really almost like a red ale in color. But it was funny. I was at Wren House and these 2 girls came in and they were like, "Oh, we're from the area. Do you guys have it on tap?" It's like, wait a minute, what? Came all the way to Arizona to get the Resilience from...
Yeah.
Because a lot of people rolled it out in different...
forms and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because I think like Goldwater here was one of the first places to roll it out.
Okay, so everyone had their own little take on it, though?
Well, Sierra Nevada sent the recipe to everybody, but like obviously with malt and hops, and not everybody can get this, and not everybody has that. I think a lot of breweries were helping each other out, like, hey, we need this, and they were kind of doing that. But tanks and space and brewing methods, like I know Pedal House changed it pretty significant. They tried to put their own twist on it, but I haven't had the actual Sierra Nevada, which they did can and distribute, but it seemed to be pretty.
That'd be interesting to try them from all the different places.
Yeah, if you could, I'm sure there's somebody out there
If you can
that
line 'em
completely
up, yeah.
missed the boat on the purpose of this beer and is just trying to get like
All of them.
all of them. Like,
Well, it's funny, like, Sierra Nevada does their beer camp right throughout the year. So they actually every year they do their beer camp beer where they do a collab with all these other people. It actually be kind of cool. They actually released a fucking can from every single people. I mean, I don't know how they'd be able to do that, but it'd be actually pretty interesting to be able to see if some kind of beer camp, resilience beer camp or some shit like that would be cool.
yeah,
I mean, I'd like to try them. I think actually just the nuances between all the different breweries would be
That would be a
interesting.
good like charity thing that they could try to figure out with everyone.
Yeah, right. That'd be cool. I'd drink it.
yeah, just not everybody. I mean, because I think they did those in 16-ounce cans. I know, especially here, not a lot of breweries here can in 16 or in 12 ounces.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they did 12-ounce cans, and not a lot of breweries here can do 12-ounce cans. So I don't know. Maybe if there's like a generic crowler label, because most crowler labels you have the blank spaces that you can write
Just
in.
right in, yeah.
Yeah, maybe resilience or like a generic crowler label for resilience. But
Yeah.
yeah, I still think it would defeat the purpose of the whole concept and
Well,
forming of the beer in the first place was to help people suffering from the fire.
No, I
and
mean, I
help.
get that. I just, as a consumer, I would love to be able to try all the different beers.
Yeah, but if you barrel age one of those and like made it
No.
hard to get, you could
Well, I'm
sell
not
it for
saying that.
$500.
I'm not saying that they should take the beer that they have and barrel age it and do whatever. I think they should take a mixed 12-pack or a 24-pack of
Yeah.
all the different breweries that made some and then sell it how it is currently. Don't make anything crazy. If whoever in
Yeah, you just collect
Austin.
all of them right now.
right.
Yeah, if you had like a state pack,
Right,
like
yeah,
in
state
Sierra
pack, like
Nevada went to
Exactly.
a brewery in each state and be like, here's the Midwest
Well,
variety pack.
even if it was a variety pack from across the fucking Southwest versus the Northeast versus
Yeah, that's what I mean. You could do
That'd be
like
cool,
a West
too, just
Coast,
regionally.
the Southwest, Midwest, East Coast.
Yep, it'd be kind of cool to see different breweries in your region.
Yeah, then
take
you're
on that same.
then you're getting
style.
into Bud Light territory with all the NFL logos on one can. And people trying to collect those.
gotta make me a holder for all those fucking different NFL teams.
Got to get that Raiders can.
Shit.
Nope.
Or be like Coke and or is it Pepsi that put people's names on fucking cans?
Oh, that was Coke.
Coke.
Was it Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, that was on the can.
Yeah.
Jesus was on the can.
Ah, excellent.
I think it was Jesus.
Yeah, it was probably Jesus. It was probably a Southwest thing.
It is Arizona.
All right. Well, I think we probably should take a quick break and get some more beers here and then come back.
Yes, I agree.
Sounds good.
I concur. Welcome back, everybody. We refreshed our beers and got some more content to dissect, and let's take it from there.
So what beers, what beers did we get, Ed?
We got the Desert Dolphin from the shop and Chris
Burgeon
Brewing Company, not Behringer.
Tom
not-
Bergeron.
Yeah, Tom Bergeron.
Tom Bergeron.
Oh, wait, not Tom Bergeron?
We keep
No.
the lights on for you. Don't worry.
Here you go. You can have mine.
Closer to you. Yeah, this was, as of this recording, this was released today's Sunday. It was released on Thursday.
Yeah, there was
No, Friday.
It was a Friday release.
Yes, Friday.
Shop always has weird releases sometimes. It was Friday at like 3:30 in the afternoon, right?
Yeah.
I
Trying
love
to
the
get
shop
that.
guys, but that seems a weird time.
They're trying to get that workflow
Yeah, I
traffic.
guess I don't get off at 3:30, so I don't know how that works, but cool.
I do.
Have you guys had a? Fuck you, Zach. have you had a chance to try it yet? What are your thoughts? Zach, give me all your tasting notes. Let's go from the aroma to the appearance in that can to the taste on your tongue. I don't want beer Jesus level fucking tasting notes.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
I haven't seen Jeff in a long time. Is he still kicking around the?
I saw
lines?
him. I'm trying to think of what release I saw him for. Oh, I saw him at the Wren House party for the Saguaro Society.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I saw him there. I haven't seen a lot of him around lately. Maybe
Cool.
he's staying. Maybe he's staying local and saving gas money from driving from California to Arizona every weekend.
Who knows, man? But I mean, well, that, and I would say that the Wren House stuff. Now that you've been a member last year plus now, so you just buy cans online and go pick them where you want. So you're not really standing in the Wren House lines like you were. And
Yeah, that's true. Or the wilderness
for the most
lines.
part, you really don't need to stand in any line every
Yeah,
there anymore.
for the most
so,
part, their stuff is available
yeah,
a couple days after, so you can avoid the lines and go
Makes
midweek. No, but the Desert Dolphin, to me, it's missing a body.
Yeah,
It has that initial kick. It has some fruity notes towards the end, but there's just something missing in the body that you expect. Because this is a double IPA, right? Does it say on the can? What does it say? What does the can say, Chris?
it says Desert Dolphins.
That's
And
it?
There's a dolphin and there's a barrel, and it says a 2 times juicy IPA.
So it's a double IPA.
Yeah, 8.1,
Yep.
35 IBUs, tropical fruit, lemon, and red.
It's rad.
Yeah,
I don't get lemon. Maybe a little bit of bitter or tart somewhere in there, but
yeah. I'll say this
Yeah,
about
a
the
little
shop.
bit of lemon.
The shop has great quotes underneath the health warning, the Surgeon General warning. This one is, "Son of a bitch, I'm sick of these dolphins." Like it.
So, my question is, well, overall rating, it's average, right?
Yeah, this is an average beer. I'm not.
It's no Tropic like it's hot, of course.
Oh God, no.
My question is, are the social justice warriors going to come out? Because there's a lot of conflict about that
Yeah, the dolphin.
aquarium that's over in Scottsdale.
Oh, people fucking lose their shit over that.
Yeah, so I wonder if there's going to be any backlash for that. But, I'll tell my funny story. So, Cena actually went and stood in line for these cans because she actually is off of work at 3:30.
Fuck you, Cena.
Yeah, and she was in line talking to a guy about the line, and the guy said to her, "Yeah, this line's pretty good, but it's nothing like the Tropic Like It's Hot line." And she said, "Hey, I helped brew that beer." And he was like, "No way." And she was like, "Yeah, if you look on the bottom of the can, it says 'Good job, Cena.'" And he said, "Well, I'll go home because I still have a 4-pack of that in my refrigerator."
So it's almost like a backhanded comment. It was like, "That's really good, but I didn't drink all my beer."
Yeah.
To me, he was just holding it for a while.
You shouldn't have hold it.
You shouldn't do it.
Yeah, I would be interested to see what that tastes like now.
Wow.
How long ago was that? Almost a year now?
Yeah.
Or is it over a year?
Yeah, over a year at this point.
So yeah, no, don't drink that.
I have 3 friends that check this beer in on Untapped, and overall is a 4.42 for all 3 of them, and then everyone else get a 4.26.
For the Desert Dolphin?
Yeah, Desert Dolphin.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. People either really, really like it, or it's...
Somebody said
Blah.
it was basically, this is too green of a beer that it needs to fucking like mellow a little bit.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people say that about the shop beers, like let it sit for a week and it'll be better. So I have a couple more left, and maybe I'll sit on for a couple weeks and see if they turn, because everybody clamors over fresh hops, but maybe some beers are just too green. So
I mean,
Yeah, this is my first one for this, so I
Yeah,
do
what
have
do you
one.
think?
I have one at home, so maybe I will let that one sit for a week.
you're not allowed to drink that one, though.
yeah.
I'll have a sip of that one.
Those were not in the rules dictated to your wife about that beer. So
Damn it.
So Tropic's still at a 4.08 for everybody rating. It's 521 ratings at this point, so still pretty decent. I'll take it. Well, of course, my friends have it rated higher, which is odd. I don't know why they do that.
yeah, I don't know. I think I rated that beer a 5. There's no bias involved.
Yeah, there's
in
no
that.
bias in that beer at all. It's fine. Weird. My friend Ed rated this beer.
Yeah, I do that.
He checked it a few times. It actually went up in rating. It was actually a 4.25, and then you rated it a 4.75. So it went up a bit.
I think that's the case. Like, once that one kind of rested for a little bit, like a little more, maybe I just didn't like the coconut, and once the coconut kind of fell off and the pineapple kind of shown through,
Right.
then maybe I liked it a little more. But I mean, church music is still great from the shop. I mean, that
Sure.
gets a big distribution. I mean, people love that.
No, I mean that's the thing. It's not saying that friggin' the shop's bad in general. I'm just
No,
saying
not even saying they're bad. Like, they don't make, I wouldn't say, they don't make average beer.
No.
Most of their beers are
Oh, they're really good.
really good. It's
Yeah.
just, maybe it's something in the way because they don't have their own canning line. They have a third party come in
Yeah,
and
they
can.
come in. Yep.
So maybe there's just something not linking up when they start canning or in the process, or maybe their beer just doesn't sit well in a fresh can. Maybe you got to sit on it, but
I would say this. There's like a 20 other Tropic Like It's Hot cans of beer now. So I don't know
yeah, that was an original
who
name.
came first. Maybe we should sue these people. I don't
Yeah,
know.
C&D's for everybody.
C&D, all these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
label ain't original either now.
If it doesn't have the Cena name at the bottom, it's not real.
Yeah,
Perfect.
unless it says "Good job, Cena," it's not the real thing. So that's what we're drinking. Maybe we'll update it in a later episode when we age these cans a week or two and see what happens.
I won't know.
Or maybe we're just full of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Zach will tell us.
we just don't like it.
So something we actually meant to talk about the last episode, we actually forgot.
Yeah, we
and-
forgot.
and didn't bring it up. But I'm just going to show. I'm going to put this over Ed and Zach. Is the Beerdoir calendar?
Yes, the collaboration between the Arizona Craft Breweries Guild and, I guess at least 12 brewers, right?
Yeah,
One per month.
One, at least.
It's a calendar that's kind of risque.
I say this. I just opened up January in Dark Sky.
Yeah, Ryan
They are-
is Ryan in there?
He is.
Ryan's a fit guy.
There's some a lot of man side on this underbutt cheek.
Underbutt. Is that a?
Some Helton getting poured on, I guess. And
Yeah,
then
Brian Helton's pretty a rip guy too, huh?
Helio Basin getting guitared. Pretty crazy. Grand Canyon has a whole fucking slew of people in here. There's some blurring going on next to this one guy.
Oh, really?
Oh,
He was hanging a brain, huh?
Mm-hmm. He's got a little gum hanging on his pant leg. By pant leg, I mean bare naked leg. That's fucking BRI. I'm not sure who that is.
That is. God, why can't I think of his name? Jeff.
Bill. Chuck.
Bill. Mark.
Ryan.
Stone.
Ted, Zach.
Yeah. No.
One of those guys.
God damn it! What's his name?
You'll think about it.
I think he's like Matt's best friend.
Finally, one person from Huss.
Yeah. Is that Leah?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Who is that?
Don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't say on there?
You would think they'd say their names below the thing, I guess, right? I mean, I understand the whole idea behind this is to
It's a fundraiser. So
it's a fundraiser for charity, which is really cool and it's great, and these people definitely look like they're having fun doing some of these things, and they're kind of like flipping the idea of normal Beerdoir or whatever.
Yeah, very tongue-
Boudoir calendars from like women to men.
Yeah, very tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, it just makes me laugh. So that's really cool. I love all the money that goes to charity. That's great.
and it's a twist because most what's the real thing, the Beerdoir
Boudoir.
is
pinup.
mostly scantily clad women,
Right.
And these are scantily clad men
There's
in
a lot of them in public.
in brewery environments.
12 West has a lot of butt cheek hanging out in that one too.
Yeah, there's not a lot left to the imagination in this calendar.
I mean, oh man, Richter is all hanging out there. Way to go, Brandon.
Chris is digging this calendar.
That's too funny. It's. I almost want to buy this calendar and give it to somebody as a
joke.
a fun joke. Yeah.
I think that's kind of what it's for.
And then Borderlands, dude, Mr. December, Brandon Richter, had him on the show. You guys listen to his episode. Props to him. I love him. He's in front of his fucking giant Richter Airworks fucking car hood, which is super cool. It's really nice.
So here's a rundown of the list of breweries featured in this calendar. So there's 12 of them. It's 12 West, Borderlands, Santan, Richter, Helio Basin, Huss, Dark Sky, Grand Canyon, Oso, Old Ellsworth, Helton, That Brewery, and the Beer Research Institute. So So that's what that gets you your 12 months of fun.
Very nice. Yeah, I think they have January in there as well. So they have January 2020 Borderlands.
Oh, is that who's
Mike's
transition?
Yeah, Mike's in there.
So this is all for charity. It's not.
No, that's super cool. So let's say this is what Zach's point. You said, whoever made this, either they need to make a page in the future that has all the recognitions, the acknowledgments of the different people and or the breweries. I mean, they got the big logo on every page of who brewery it is, but we don't know who that is from the brewery.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know who.
Yeah, I mean,
who actually
who each of those people are. I mean, maybe there's a stipulation of them doing the pictures. They're like, don't fucking tell people my name. Don't you fucking put it in print.
And I think this year's, because I think every year they choose a different charity. I think this year it's actually going to help people that are facing medical hardships that are in the Arizona brewery industry.
Oh, that's okay.
So I know in the past there was, and I can't think of her name right now, but there was a employee from Huss who had some medical issues, and the industry kind of rallied around her and helped support her and her hardships. So I think that might have been what sparked this charity.
It says the Teresa Sorrells Legacy Fund is part of the Arizona Craft Brewers Foundation. The fund was created in honor of passing of Teresa, who bravely fought brain cancer and inspired those in Arizona brewing industry. So yeah, and it works to support medical hardships and educational challenges of brewing industry employees that live and work in Arizona. So
yeah, so it's a local project that stays local, and
yeah, then the funds go to local people to help support them. So,
and from the consensus, all the brewers who participate, all the breweries, they have fun with it. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody has a really good time with it at this point. So they actually have ArizonaBeerdoir.com, and then you can actually go order it on there. You can also go to, I think, a lot of the breweries that participate in it actually sell it as well, right?
Several breweries had it. I think.
I remember seeing BRI posted it. I know about 12 West posted. I think a lot of them actually at this point are, so they sold out of them already. So
yeah, I remember they had last year they had a release at the shop, like an official release at the shop talking about that beer. So
you might want to go.
Yeah, just ask your local brewery if they have it.
Ask one of those 12 breweries, or just go to the site here and pick one up from the site. It'd be pretty awesome to help support some of the local brewers.
Yeah, but we'll see next year, maybe
2019, maybe Hoppy Craftsmen in the Beerdior Calendar.
Yeah, wasn't
you're welcome, general public.
Yeah, wasn't Jeff asked to take a few of these calendar pictures?
He was. Jeff is a side projecting a lot of photography now, so he was helping with the BRI one. I think maybe the 12 West, but he couldn't fit it in. I think his busy schedule that he does, and then so we'll see. I'm sure next year might be a lot more. He might be taking pictures of us.
Yeah,
you're welcome. Again, sorry to Jeff. You're welcome to everybody else.
But speaking of Jeff, this is now an award-winning podcast because of him.
It's true,
Jeff, but not for the podcast part.
No, not for the podcast portion of it.
For the picture-taking part.
The part that nobody wants to see is the pictures of us.
Yeah. I'll look for it while you jump to the next story.
But yeah, I want to say Jeff. He took a photo of
the light rail.
The light rail, which is he basically submitted a photo to kind of a Phoenix, like Life in Phoenix, kind of thing, and he submitted it. Didn't really think about it a couple months ago, as well, a while ago, and then actually was contacted by email and was like, "Hey, let's let you know you won an award." And he went to the ceremony, and he basically was sitting there, and they pulled the third name, and he was like, "Sweet. Fucking I get second place. This is amazing." And then they pulled second place, and he's like, "Holy shit." And his granddaughter was there, and she was like, "You won first place, Papa!" Super loud in a room full of fucking people. And he was like, "Holy shit." He didn't realize that at that point he won first place at all. So after they pulled the third and second name, he was like, "Oh, that's awesome." So cool for him. I mean, that he's been doing. I know his wife's always been interested in photography, and he's kind of had a slight passion for it for a little bit here. So it's cool that he, has found something he can do and win awards at. So
yeah,
kudos to him.
It was the Valley Metro. I think the hashtag was in Rail Life contest.
Gotcha.
All right. He entered the contest, a picture of the light rail, which is
Yeah.
A mixed bag of emotions for people here in Arizona.
If there's one thing I'll say that light rail's great for, is to jump on the light rail, go all the way downtown to Indian Steel Park, get out, drink a bunch of fucking beer at Strong Beer Fest, and get back on and drive back to wherever you're at.
Was that a segue, Chris?
You possibly could have been.
Segue.
It's like we've done this before.
Yeah. Segues are our thing now.
No, so
Speaking of
segue sound
the
effect.
Light Rail and Strong Beer Fest,
bum bum bum.
what's coming up?
Strong Beer Fest and Craft Beer Week.
Yes. And when is Strong Beer Fest?
So Strong Beer Fest is February 9th,
2019.
2019. That's the year we're in currently.
At Indian School Park, right? It's still there, right?
As far as I know, it's still there. Yeah, and so, I mean, like...
And that is the end of Beer Week for Arizona, right?
No, I want to say it's the...
Or is it halfway?
It's like not even... It used to be... So it used to be that Strong Beer Fest would kick off Arizona Craft Beer Week, right?
And now it's like in the middle?
So now it's kind of in the middle beginning. So I think I want to say Arizona Craft Beer Week starts the 7th, right?
Because the Arizona Beer Week is like the 100 Years War, which wasn't 100 years. It's like, it's almost 2 weeks long.
It's weird. It keeps growing, right?
Yeah.
It's not a week.
It's
like
going to be Arizona Beer Month
it'll
soon.
be- it's insane. Yeah, it's like 2 weeks now. I had a buddy that's coming into town, like, I think the 20-something, and I was like, oh, you'll catch the tail end of Strong Beer Week.
Yeah.
It's like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it starts on like a Thursday and goes through Sunday or something like that. So I think officially, what's the official Strong Beer Week dates?
Well, Strong Beer Fest is the
9th.
February 9th, 2019.
2019.
The year of our beer lord. 130 breweries and over 500 top craft beers on tap. Holy shit! So, like, and every year we talk to Rob, and he basically tells us that every year it just becomes more and more like grand. Like it's really weird how this festival that's outdoors in Arizona. You would think that it's March, so it's great, but it's just weird that we have one of the largest outdoor beer festivals in America, which is crazy. Right?
In February.
In February, which...
When everybody else is shoveling their driveways. And
Yep, people are shivving their asses off, and we're like... there's a lot of times we're like, I need to stand in front of those fans with fucking misters because it's fucking hot as shit in February, so...
We'll put it this way. Everybody else is shoveling snow off the driveway, and we're wondering, do I wear shorts and flip-flops or tennis shoes to this?
Dude, it's always a day of, too, because there's that one year where it got fucking rained out. And it's rain or shine, because it's outdoors. So if you buy your ticket and it fucking rains, you just show up anyways and drink some fucking beer because you paid for the ticket. They're going to be there pouring, so you might as well do it.
So the official week is February 7th through the 16th.
Okay.
Which, by my high school math, is more than 7 days?
Yeah, just a little bit.
By 2, I think. So
tons of fucking shit going on with that. And then I think probably when we get a little closer to it, we'll go over some of the hot picks that we want to fucking talk about. It's a pick and choose because there's so many things going on, and you're starting to get a hint of it now with some of the collaborations. Like I think like BRI was collaborating with Dark Sky. I don't know if that's a strong beer collab, and then they were collabing with somebody else. But I mean, last year I don't know when Dark Sky got any sleep. It seemed like they were collabing with everybody for Strong Beer Week. Yeah, we'll see if they do that again if they do the fucking super collab that they did. It was insane. They did that.
But you're right. You have to pick and choose. Like you're not going to be able to hit it. Everybody has something every day of the week, and you're not going to be able to get everywhere you want to go.
Right, Zach. So do you participate in the Strong Beer Fest or Arizona Craft Beer Week like festivities? Do you actually like look at the calendar and go out and fucking like I'm going here this night, or something going on at a casual pint where you're like I'm definitely hitting that up that night? Or
I haven't been to the fest yet. I wanted to go.
You haven't been to Strong Beer Fest?
No, not yet.
Jesus Christ, this is the year you need to go.
No, but usually I'll go hit up a couple different places and see what they have, for that week. But I hope to go this year.
Strong Beer Fest is fun. I mean, it's definitely so. They usually do 3 ticket tiers, right? So they do the super early bird or whatever it is, or the early bird. They do their VIP, and then they actually do general admission, right? And
I think there's there's like an early thing because you can be a Arizona Craft Breweries Guild member on the consumer side. It's basically just saying you support,
right?
But usually that gets you like an email to like an early discount.
Okay.
So I think it's like $10 a year to be on the consumer side of the Craft Brewers Guild, but you get a discount. So I mean, nice. It pays for itself. But
I'll say this: the Super VIP each year, kind of like there's a couple of things that I see in there. I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. There was one year there was like a exclusive party. Was it the night before Strong Beer Fest?
Well, there's like a VIP and a Super VIP, and I think the Super VIP gets you into like the Brewers dinner the night before.
So this says Super VIP tickets. It includes a Sunday post festival experience. So Sunday after which is cool. It sounds cool, but realistically, I'm gonna be fucking hammered at the end of Strong Beer Fest. I probably don't want to go to another festival or a gathering of fucking brewers or some other people after the festival. That'd be a little tough.
Unless it's just like a room full of pillows and burritos. Like, I have no interest in doing anything.
So is there like a super duper where you get your own brewery?
Yeah.
You get a trucker hat, by the way. Again, this year. Last year I got a trucker hat. This is what I'll say is the VIP and the super VIP, you get early admission, right? So you get in at 11:30. Right, and that's 90 minutes before everybody else does, right? So,
I would be done before people come in.
And you do. Like, so the lines are a lot shorter. You basically hit all the places you want to do up. But luckily, a lot of places, they anticipate that, right? So they actually go, so people are going to get in early. Guess what we're going to do? We're actually going to release beers at certain times throughout the whole day, and hopefully get general admission people in later, just because they want to make sure that the most people as possible can get their beers. So you'll have people like. There were certain breweries that maybe pour out a little sooner than others. You'll see, I mean, as soon as General Admission opens, Wilderness is fucking packed. Wren House, when they were there last year, were fucking packed.
Wren House ran out, I think, like 30 minutes after General Admission.
Right. And so, you'll see those places, they just go.
Dark Sky was, that was, at Strong Beer last year, Dark Sky was the longest line.
So to be able to get in 90 minutes early, and for the most part, get most of all the beers that people are going to sell, except for some weird rare barrel-aged shit or super exclusive stuff, they'll do out through the day or whatever, but for the most part, they have all their normal beers on tap. You can get all that stuff.
If you let me in 90 minutes before everyone else, by the time they let those people in, I'll be directing them to the different places.
Exactly. So same amount of tasting tickets. So you get 40 tickets early VIP access, 40 also for general admission as well. So really what it comes down to is the big difference is that 90 extra minutes. It is nice. It's nice because you don't feel stressed to try to rush to places or get in the lines or try as much beer as possible. You just kind of walk around and hang out and relax and try what you need to try and stuff. And then later on, this is my strategy. So when I get in from general admission or VIP, I hit the places that have that kind of stuff, right? And then later on, when general admission hits, I go to the places that nobody else wants to go or the lines are shorter because we can try all their beers. Anyways, they'll still have their beers there after general admission gets in. So.
Yeah, and like last year, there was like a whole section that people were missing. Like it was kind of like a tropical theme area that was. It wasn't separate, but there was like a fence break.
Right,
and it's like there was a ton of breweries. A lot of the outside Arizona breweries were in that area, and a lot of the distributor breweries were in that. But there was a ton in there, and it's like.
Strong Beer Fest is great for the brewers that you can't, we don't see a lot of their beers. I mean, Beer Fest in general, I can go into it forever about just the value that you get from paying a ticket for Strong Beer Fest and the amount of beers you get to try is amazing. Like, you get 40 fucking drink tickets. The amount of money you'd have to pay to fucking try 40 different beers is way more than fucking what the price of this fucking VIP ticket costs. And even the general admission is $60. So, you think of Bombers, $7-8. You're not fucking buying 40 fucking Bombers.
So is it broken up that way? When you go in there, like for someone that hasn't gone before, is it broken up like by local, out of
so
town?
they change it. So they change it. Sometimes they do it by alphabetical. Sometimes they do it by regional. I think the last years they actually have a section where it's like Hensley has their own. Everybody distributes from Hensley. It's kind of in one little area. There are people that they want to be next to certain people, so Brewers Guild will actually do some finagling around. They do a really good job of kind of segregating, here's merchandise. There's a lot of merchandise in this one area. Here's fucking breweries. Here's people that do cider. People that do this. So it's pretty nice. Let me look on here on the site. They might actually even have a map. Depends. It's getting really close, so they usually have some kind of updated list of going on.
I don't know if
what's going on.
The map's out yet, but usually you can go on Untapped and sign up for the alerts for. Like you said, the timed releases.
Right.
And I remember last year my phone was going off like every 5 minutes.
It's insane.
Like
it's crazy.
We're tapping this brewery's tapping this brewery's tapping that. I remember I think the 12 West Tommy's Lullaby was one of the big popular timed releases, and that line was huge.
I like the one I always forget the fucking name of it. It was like Goldwater and BRI and Dark Sky did one together. It was just stout that was huge, and it had like 14 ingredients in it. It was insane. And it was awesome. It was fucking delicious fucking beer. So
yeah, if it's Dark Sky, I think they is it a minimum of like 9 ingredients before they even start brewing.
Yeah, so I don't see anything so far on the site about map wise what's going on. So, but they do have a list of browse events for other things going on. But
yeah, and hopefully we get to sit down with Rob and from the Brewers Guild and see what's going on and get a little better idea. But like you said, everybody will roll out events. I know like Helton will probably do one of their barn bashes, which they'll have like bands and tattoo artists. Like during Strong Beer Week, if you go to Helton and get a tattoo, you could probably get like $1 beer for the rest of your life. Like,
we gotta talk about this. Like if a brewery offered you, if you got their logo tattooed on you, would you do it to get a discount on their beer? Like, or get like a free pint a week or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it depends on obviously how big and where. Like if I need a full back tattoo,
Also, which brewery?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if like your favorite brewery was like, hey, if you get our logo tattooed on you, we'll give you a fucking free pint a week and just show us, or like would you do that? Like, was that something that you would be into?
I say it depends on where the tattoo is.
Well,
if it's like on my forehead, no.
Right. Well, I think the solution would be just get a tattoo. You can decide where it's going to go. But as far as in size too, it's just that you have to get the tattooed somewhere. Like, would you get the Wren bird tattooed on you somewhere?
I would. Like, that's cool. I mean, a lot of people have cool logos.
So what happens if like you have a brewery that you love the fucking beer from,
and then they close?
No. But the fucking their logo's just shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, this beer's amazing, but I don't know if I want to get fucking the ale fucking guys across my fucking forearm.
Yeah,
the name's like in Times Roman.
Yeah. It's just fucking it's Comic Sans.
Comic Sans.
It's bullshit. You're like, let's get that tattooed on me. It's
I'm trying to think of who has a bad logo
for a brewery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hypothetical, Ed. It don't have to be a real
No, I honestly like.
I mean, literally, if anybody in Arizona was like, get you like Sleepy Dog, you want to get a Sleepy Dog tattoo on you?
No.
There you go. All right.
I would do the Wren. I like the Wren House.
Wren would be cool. I would do Wren. Wilderness is kind of just Arizona.
Well, that's kind of where I'm thinking. Like the busy, like Goldwater. Goldwater is just all lettering.
Right.
Like, there's not really.
It's got a big gold G tattooed somewhere on you.
They have like a hop, like a hop design that they use a lot of times, but it's like even like BRI, they have that bright tank.
Right.
It's kind of their main part of their logo. It's like
fermenter.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Probably a fermenter.
One of those tanks. It has a tank on it.
Yeah, it has a tank on it. But it's like, do I have to get the whole like crest of like the Beer Research Institute plus the tank plus?
Well, I mean, okay. In this hypothetical situation, I imagine that the brewery would put out a statement and they would actually put out the images that you could get tattooed on you for this project, and it might not necessarily be their exact logo, but just saying, it's funny how many people would be like, oh yeah, no, I would totally fucking do that. So.
Yeah, because I mean, technically, you could. A lot of people have like Arizona flags. You could just put Arizona Wilderness over that, and it would be the Wilderness logo. So yeah, I mean, like obviously Helton, who actually does tattoo and offer that, like it's just an H in the most part. I think
it's a very stylized H.
Yeah, you could easily throw that like on the inside of your forearm or your inside of your bicep and be like, sure, I'll do it.
I'm in.
Yeah. Or a hop or something like that. But yeah, who knows?
I only have like 9 tattoos, so I'm not sure if I like tattoos yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I don't know if I can get any more. So many. There's so many in here. At this point.
We covered everything. We're done. Chris,
we're done.
I got a question. Did you ever find a 2019 projected brewery openings for Arizona?
I did not.
I saw on social media a 2019 protected brewery opening for Vancouver.
Wow. Okay.
So they do exist.
just
I
not
guess
for
we
us.
just don't have one.
Well,
So
what are you gonna do?
we'll keep looking. We'll probably get back to you in July when it actually comes out.
No, we had a couple open up last month.
Yeah, which we talked about, and a couple
Yeah.
of them we couldn't even find. And I did go to Desert Monk, which had a fair offering.
I went to the other one. What is it?
A hell of a.
Yeah, Helava. I went to that.
How was that one?
It was good. It's more like a. I would say it falls more on the sports bar category because there's like 1,000 TVs in there.
Well, yeah.
They're good. They're giving BRI a run for their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's Chandler, so BRI,
that's true.
BRI is
Sorry.
still the best sports bar in Mesa.
I think this
That's
one
true, okay.
when you walk into this one, they give you your own TV.
Yeah.
They're like, what sport do you like? Oh, here you go.
And that used to be a Zips, which is a sports bar chain. And I know they kind of gutted the inside.
Oh, they gutted
but-
the entire inside.
Yeah. So, yeah, I haven't been out there yet. We were still looking for something station. What was the station one? We still couldn't get confirmation if that was open or not.
Yeah.
There's a couple more that opened up, but we haven't made it out. I did make good on my New Year's resolution to go to Desert Eagle.
I'm sorry.
I did wear the hat.
Thank you.
Nobody shot me, so
That's good. So they don't listen to the episodes. Then is what you're saying.
yeah,
That's
they
good.
don't listen to our show. So I walked in with a hat and sat down, had a beer, and then promptly went to Cider Core. So we can go into that experience at a later time, but that beer was not very good. So
I am glad that Chandler seems to be getting some more people or more breweries in there.
in
A couple more places.
Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who's Chandler have now? They have, which I got to put the perch on Suicide Watch now that the Sleepy Whale is going in basically right next door.
Yeah.
I saw the location. It's going to be a tough climb for the perch. Santan's in that area, which I'm sure is fine. Santan has really good food. I think that's the one saving grace is you can get food at the perch. You can get food at Santan.
Yeah, it's not a
I don't
brewery.
think the Wandering Tourist is going to the Sleepy Whale is
Whale.
going to have food.
Yeah, it's not a brewery, but it's more like a tap house. Is a courthouse. It's down there.
I haven't heard of Courthouse. There's another hop, something hop related, which I think is another
Well, you also
tap
have
room or bottle shop.
you have the new Flicks Brewery, the theater / brewery.
Yeah, that's curious. So there's an area in, I guess you would call it downtown Chandler, that they kind of use like those shipping containers to build a business structure. And there's supposed to be like a little strip mall there. And it's basically just raw steel, and they put that Flicks, which is kind of like Alamo Draft House, right?
Yeah, but it's not like that though. It's its own structure. It's not like
No,
containers.
but I mean
Yeah.
it went in with that. But it's
Yeah.
similar to the Alamo Draft House, which is basically kind of like a bar inside a movie theater. And I know the Draft House, they kind of brew beers and name them related to the big popular release. Yeah, I haven't heard anything of that Flicks. I kind of looked it up online, and it seems that it's a chain, but they're trying to get local brewers they're trying to get a brewer in the local area to brew for the movie theater. And if you go online and look at their website, some of the locations list the head brewer and some of them don't. So it's kind of a question of, is this going to be local, or are they just going to ship beer from location to location? Or are they going to have like one location that brews all the beer and change it?
yeah, I kind of want to go in there just to see what they have on tap
Yeah.
because I know like Alamo has a lot of local.
Yeah, they do bring in actual local brews. Like you can get, I think I've seen Huss and Santan and a couple of places like that. But that Flicks actually lists.
They have
Brewers.
they almost have like their own.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to right now because it's not open here, and I think think that's the only location in Arizona.
Yeah, this one just opened a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it's actually open.
Yeah, no, that whole little area right now is open, and there's a whole other section they're going to start building up.
I pass by there every day.
Yeah, I pass by it every day.
And then I just look at where the sleeping whale is going to be. So we'll see how that works. Chris is trying to identify that he's not a robot right now.
I am not a robot.
You have to collect that box.
Judging by that response, you might be a robot.
That's what a robot would say.
Yeah. What's the...
That is what a robot would say.
Yeah. Do you dream of electric sheep? Is that what?
Sometimes.
That's a stupid
Yeah,
book?
electronic sheep.
I don't
Yeah.
know. These guys are nerds. I'm not.
I'm trying to type quietly.
Shh.
And the loudest
Doesn't-
keyboard in the world.
It doesn't work. But here he goes.
Yeah, for those who don't know, or don't care, we're in my house. Or
Nobody cares that.
we're in the studio, my studio again, right?
Yes.
Working on things.
And Chris is angry at this gamer keyboard that he has to type on. Enhance.
Zoom.
Enhance. Anything else you have to say?
No, I don't. I'm good, Ed.
Zach did not carry the show as we were hoping.
I was working. It's going to be on the third episode.
Yeah.
Build up to it.
Yeah.
He's a slow starter, guys.
Hopefully,
Zach's just hanging out, though. Zach's one of our patron supporters, and actually, you know
Yeah.
what I want to say is thank you to Zach. So thank you for supporting us. Thanks for falling into Ed's peer pressure.
yeah, thanks for being here.
Submitting and being one of our patron supporters. So that's awesome.
I just couldn't give him any more of my lunch money.
Yeah.
Makes
was
sense.
out.
We basically bullied him into giving us his lunch money.
I was out.
Jesus.
The good news is we set the bar low for episodes this year.
Right,
We can only
start
go
low.
up from here.
It can only go up.
Yes.
We'd hope.
You're welcome.
Yeah. With that, I guess we'll get to the Patreon. Chris, who are the raddest people, and do we have anything new to
We do. We
talk
actually,
about for the Patreon supporters?
Well, not new for the Patreon supporters.
Classifications.
We actually have a different tier for them as well. So starting with Tina Gomez, your wife, Ed.
Yes.
You know, she's on there. She donates a lot of money to this podcast. So
Yeah.
she got her own tier. That being said, this week she was joined on her tier
God damn it.
by
No, that means another tier.
by Paul Fragilio, which I probably said that wrong.
Hold on, let me see that.
But no, that's his name. Don't worry about it. That's his last name.
So is it now the Paul tier?
Yeah,
So-
so it's
So Paul Ice Cream,
It's gonna
because
be- it's great.
Paul Gelato.
it's Italian. It's
Paul
Fragilio.
Neapolitan.
So Paul joined Cena in her tier. So now there's two people in Cena's tier.
So now that means Tina gets a new tier. Son of a bitch.
Sorry, Tina. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, sorry, Ed. Sorry, Cena.
No, I'm not about Ed ever.
That's how you get new equipment.
Yeah.
Previous to that, Zach over here is one of the newest patron supporters.
Yes.
So thanks, Zach. I'm not going to roll your Z's anymore.
Although being on the show wasn't
blame
part of
Ed.
that podcast here, so
No,
No,
it
it
wasn't.
wasn't.
It was
probably
just
gonna have to charge him more now.
this
No.
was just a good bonus for him.
Yeah.
I was just here for something else.
You're welcome. Other than that, we have Indie Beer Talk Radio. So
Yes.
thanks to them, podcast supporting podcasts.
Who are starting to roll out. I saw they have like a new T-shirt, and
We got a bunch of new stuff going on over there.
they're getting that machinery started. So good on them.
Mark Ballesteros.
Yes.
Thanks, Mark.
Who is Chris's best friend?
He's one of my good buddies. He definitely supports the show. It's awesome of him. Javier Gonzalez
Yes.
is on there as well. Phil Mitchell Wall is another one. And then Rob Fulmer of the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild.
What about Jessica?
And then Jessica. Ed, I was getting to that.
Oh,
Hold
sorry,
on.
I ruined it. We'll cut this out.
Jessica has her tier that was formerly known as the Cena tier
Yes.
is now renamed to the Murky She Wrote. The Jessica Langley. I think it's the Jessica Lansbury tier.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about you wasting a beer name on a Patreon tier.
She loved it. She instantly Instagrammed it and then tagged us in her story. So
Yeah, but
how it
she did
works.
mention that it did not say Jessica, actually.
it's
in
true.
it.
It's
So,
all right, though. It's still her tier.
2020, maybe it
You're
might say
welcome.
Jessica. So
We'll see. But yeah, no, it's, as Ed knows now at this point, running a podcast is kind of expensive, actually.
yeah, shit adds up.
It adds up a lot. There's a lot of little things that we definitely need help with that help go to support the show. So if you want to be a patron supporter, go to patreon.com/Hoppy Craftsmen. Join up like Zach here did. Maybe you'll be hanging out with us one day and then talking on the show and bullshitting and do some other things.
Yeah,
So-
we'll invite you. Not to my house, but we'll
Yeah, you can be at Ed's house.
Yeah,
you come to Ed's house.
yeah,
We'll let you come over here.
we'll post the address.
Other than that, people can find us on Instagram at Hoppy Craftsmen, Twitter at the same handle. Hoppycraftsman.beer is our website.
.bia.
.beer.
No, actually .beer, because
Yeah.
.bia would be .beir,
Yeah,
which
something
is
like
probably
that.
some weird German website. Don't go to that.
Maybe we should fucking grab that one too.
Yeah, sign that one up.
So other than that, Zach, thanks for coming and hanging out with us again, and everybody else, thanks for listening.
And where can we find you, Zach?
Oh yeah,
On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
yeah. If you want to follow Zach and his exploits,
Snapchat, MySpace,
Snapchat. Yeah, it's mostly
Foursquare.
It's all Snapchat and Foursquare. Pretty much on Instagram, it's at Ready. Oh,
No.
that's my old one. That's my old
previous
one. Previous. It's at One Token to Play.
on Instagram, right?
Yep, on Instagram.
Yes,
I don't use any of the other ones.
That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes it really simple for everybody else.
Yep.
All right,
I'm
guys.
at-
Well, thanks for listening.
I'm at Barley Legible.
We don't nobody cares
come-
about Ed. You don't
everybody,
write anything ever
everybody
again.
loves me. No, I still have an Instagram. One day I will start writing for hoppycraftsman.beer.
Sure you will.
Just need to find my muse.
He's sitting across the table from you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. I'm Chris.
I'm not sure what this was.
Zach.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Later, guys.